welcome back to My Awakening. I really wanted to blog this before we really got involved in it because this will come up in an awakening, is the social life debate. I've come across this topic so many times about having the biggest social life, having the social media to back that up. I don't know if it's really actually working for us anymore and whether it's actually causing more harm than good. It's like a pendulum swing with anything in life. Don't get me wrong, I think that millennials and Gen Y are the social generation. We are very much social in that sense. It's coming back to a sense of knowing how to actually look at it and breaking it down. I think that the social life debate with a codependent kind of family doesn't have a social life. I don't really understand that. Like, if you're a full-blown codependent and you only have an identity, especially coming from a woman, all your identity is sitting around your children and home life, well, why would you have a social life? And that's one way of looking at it. If you're not willing to contribute to other people in terms of building longevity and long-term relationships, why would you have a social life? So I think in expansive consciousness, I think in the womanhood, I can only speak on behalf of women, right? If you don't want, to build a long-term relationship, learning how to go through thick and thin, you'll have troubles in your friendships, and you always will, because you'll shift and you'll change and you'll journey and you'll do other things and you'll transition and all that kind of stuff. It is a part of it. You're not going to have everything perfect. I don't really understand that. Perfection ruins a lot of connection. And I think that we've okayed a lot of behavior in a lot of women. We said, respecting that she's ignorant and doesn't really know that, okay, you need to remember your friendships if you want to have a social life. And what is a social life anyways, once you have all of that, is my question, because I'm busy in my own life as well. So how can we bridge this communication era of the social life debate? When we're too over socialized, you don't have a good sense of identity anyway, so you need to find balance with it. And I think social media is putting that pressure, because you always have to be doing something. It's like, no, I can sit on the couch and do absolutely nothing, and I love it because I'm simply being. And I think people, and especially women, are not sitting in the feminine. And I find that the feminine energy is something really to aspire to. I absolutely love it. I know a lot of women coming into the feminine understand this a lot. A social life debate, whether we can actually have one, cope with one, actually learn to see it from other people's perspective. Are they really ready to really journey so they have a really big social life? Learning that other people have to live their own life as well, that they're not always going to have time, and learning to trust that the people that are in your life anyways are there for you for a reason as well. I think the social life debate in what is a really achievable, especially as we all kind of live our own life and whatnot, can be really debated. And I just don't think, is it really working for us the way we think? It's like the unspoken rules about social media and doing what everybody else is doing. I'd say work on something. Share things that you absolutely love and come across in social media. Learn to celebrate art. I love doing all that kind of stuff. So it's just learning to really have a big topic of conversation of the social life debate. I couldn't have a huge, big social life because my life is so hectic. I couldn't actually support something really big. And learning to respect that, I think, is really important. And learning to respect choices as well. Like, you have choices to make. If you want a really big social life, well, work at it. But learn that a lot of other people don't necessarily have time for a huge, big social life. They have other things. They're creating a business. They're following their dreams. They're doing what they want to do. That's why it's important to focus on yourself. That's the only thing that you can really do. And in an awakening, you'll need to develop your own perspective of the social life debate, and realistically the social comparison as well, I think is really important. So it's a good topic to have a bit of a look at in terms of developing your own perspective and having a social life debate of within who you are, because whatever you're going to do, you're going to attach meaning to this whole social life and being really social, then posting it on social media. I mean, post what you want to post on social media. I mean, who cares? You'll find that a lot of people don't necessarily care. The only people that care are the ones that want you to be in their standard. So it's just really important to gain your own perspective of the social life debate. I think that's really important. Is it really working for us? I don't think so. I think it's driving people nuts, especially me. It drives me nuts, this whole big debate. Don't get me wrong, you need to have connections and you need to have people. I think going out, and the social life of when you were younger just isn't applicable as you get older. I just don't think it's realistic. People want to focus on health, people want to, do different things. I think it's our way of thinking of what is a social life that needs to change and needs to have a bit of a look at, okay, I'm still connected even when I may not be hanging around 40 people. So that's really important. I think it's a good perspective to develop your awareness on, is the social life debate.